Mr. Speaker, for 8 generations, my family has lived in the mountains of western North Carolina. Many of my family members have served in our armed forces. I grew up surrounded by men of courage and patriotism who dedicated their lives and their honor in defense of this American republic. I understand as much as one can without serving the struggle a veteran faces attempting to reacclimate to civilian life. It is incumbent on the American people to work hand in hand with our veterans and streamline their transition back into the workforce. To that end, I urge support for H.R. 2167, GI Bill, the National Emergency Extended Deadline Act. Included in this larger piece of legislation is a program that I am proud to advocate for. My language in this bill authorizes a pilot program to allow states to use grants or contracts to carry out short-term fellowship programs for unemployed veterans. This program is not some revolutionary concept, but what it does is build off the successes of other pilot programs. In the veteran community, this program would authorize DOL vets to carry out a pilot program similar to fellowship programs created by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation to allow states to use grants or contracts to carry out short-term fellowship program. After the participating states have been selected by the DOL, each state would enter into an agreement with a nonprofit organization to carry out the short-term fellowship program. Participants would be provided a small stipend while they are participating in the program. This program prioritizes veterans and opens up new and unique pathways towards employment. This new fellowship program will build upon the successes of other fellowship programs across the country, and I am confident that it will empower American unemployed veterans to find meaningful work in the post-COVID economy. The benefits of this program are numerous. It will give eligible veterans the ability to gain on-the-job experience in a field of their interests while earning a monthly stipend. I will always fight for the veteran community in C11, and this program is a bipartisan measure that puts veterans first. One of the foundational attributes of Americanism is our sense of brotherhood. Those who sacrifice for the good of this nation are not simply a resource to be utilized and then cast aside. These are our heroes, and they deserve much more than what our nation currently provides them. When I left my mountain home to come to Washington, I promised the veterans in our district that I would be their weapon in Washington. I will never abandon those who sacrifice their life and livelihood in defense of our freedoms. For too long, we've cast our veterans, these guardians of our republic, by the wayside and derided their sacrifice. Never forget, America is the land of the free because of the brave. Together we can show these men and women who dedicated their lives to us that we will not turn our backs on them. Join me in supporting the new Veterans Fellowship Program, and let's take a firm step towards supporting our veterans. I urge all my colleagues to vote in favor of H.R. 2167, the National Emergency Extended Deadline Act. With that, I yield back.